Good morning. It's time to get in touch. In Touch is a public affairs show dedicated to improving the lives of Susquehanna Valley residents. I'm Freddi Hammer, News Director at Backyard Broadcasting.
The mission of Lycoming County Veterans Affairs is to recognize the contributions of our veterans who have served, promote role models for our youth, and provide assistance to veterans and their families in Lycoming County. Joining us today from the Lycoming County Veterans Affairs Office, Deputy Director Natalie Steppe.
Hi.
And we're also here with Jeff Hamilton. You're a VSO and a veteran. Jeff, thanks for your service and good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for joining us today, both of you.
Thanks for having us here.
We're talking about Hometown Heroes banners and the services that are available through Veterans Affairs, insights and details about an open house coming up for Vietnam veterans, local veterans, really counting on your expertise for both of you. So good job, Natalie, for all that you do out of the office.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about why we don't have Mike McMunn here today.
He is actually in Vietnam, and this is his third week there, so he should be back here probably tomorrow, I believe.
I'm sure he'll be at some of these events coming up because that's really part of everything he does.
Yes, he will be back by then.
Let me talk to you a little bit, Jeff, about what's a VSO?
Basically what it is when you come into our office, you have a DD-214, and then we take a look at it. We talk a little bit about your service time, and if you had any sort of injury, toxic exposure, Camp Lejeune, Vietnam, Agent Orange, we try to connect it, a presumptive illness with what you may be diagnosed with. We do claims for veterans.
Okay.
We connect them for disabilities that may have occurred in the military.
Uh-huh.
We do health care enrollment. We also participate in a lot of outreach programs.
So really, your experience probably benefits you and the veteran that you're helping so much.
Oh, of course, you learn something new every day.
Uh-huh. So we're talking about the PACT Act and all of those things too, right?
Yes.
Is that something that's the deadline is over for now?
The deadline for that would have been a year.
Okay.
Then that would have been in August of 2023.
Okay.
They would have backdated it a year, but that doesn't mean you can't come in and file an illness, because if you didn't have an illness when this PACT Act came out, you wouldn't be able to really put in a claim for it. But that gave veterans, basically it was like an award, an extra year to be backdated if they were diagnosed with an illness due to burn pits, Agent Orange, anything to do with the PACT Act.
Are you concerned in the future here with different changes in staffing that may happen? I mean, I just sort of a concern I'm sure everybody's thinking about.
Just because we work for the county, there shouldn't be any changes for our office.
That's wonderful to know. And I'm thinking that that's kind of the blanket statement probably for many communities, isn't it? The local people are here to help.
Yep.
And we're talking about local people for the Hometown Heroes banners too, Natalie, and that's kind of exciting because you're going to see them all along Via Bella, and we want to see those, and we want to be able to let people know that they can submit their nominations for them.
Yeah, so our program serves as a tribute to recognize servicemen and women from Lycoming County area who've served or are serving our country in a branch of the military.
Okay.
Right now we have an early bird special. If you have your order in by April 4th, you get 15% off. So instead of the cost being $210, you would only be paying $178.50. But then the whole deadline is for September 5th, and the cost for the banner would be $210. The nice thing about when we sell these banners, all of our proceeds go towards veterans that are in need in Lycoming County. So we have veterans that contact us that may need help paying a water bill or a PP&L bill. So we're able to use those proceeds to help them cover that expense.
All the different ways that we raise funds are really out to help veterans with all the different things that they may need as far as just living and home things that they may be struggling with.
Correct. Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the folks that call. I mean, are you talking about young men and women, or are you talking about older men and women?
Any veteran. There's also programs, and Hometown Heroes, the funds raised stay right here in the community. They're vetted almost the same process as the veterans temporary assistance through the state.
Okay.
When you renew your vehicle and that $5 for VTF, that goes to one fund, and that's to help a veteran, and that's an emergency. For example, the floods we had a few veterans that we helped get housing through the Veterans Temporary Fund.
Okay.
But all that, and all those applications come through our office for VTF, and they are forwarded down to the DMBA in Fort Indian Town Gap. They're looked at, they're vetted, and the funds would come right from there.
Okay.
But Hometown Heroes is here. We take care of it here. If the veteran's in need, and we kind of go through the same vetting process. We issue funds out or help them make a repair, buy a furnace, fix their roof, anything they would need, tires, repair their car, anything to get them back on their feet to be able to keep their employment they have without any fault.
And also prepare them for employment that they may need in the future.
Correct.
That's wonderful, too. I mean, you're talking about all kinds of different things for even for widows and the veterans that may have been lost. I mean, you have all kinds of opportunities to help out with widows' benefits as well as just helping out with their burial, et cetera.
Yes, yep, there's the pension and widow pension process and even DIC. So if there is a veteran that was receiving a compensation at the time of death, a widow can come into us to apply for DIC, which is an automatic widow pension to her, so she gets her monthly income from the VA so she can continue to live with that income. But then the pension process is mainly based off if they're going to be living in assisted living or nursing home, and that really helps them out with that expense since it's so much every month.
We're just losing our World War II veterans who are now 102, 103. We have Korean War veterans are sort of the next round, and then Vietnam are after that. I'm thinking that that's our next generation of veterans that are coming forward.
I would say we've lost a lot of them, actually.
Oh.
So just because of possibly something that they were exposed to
Sure.
there or anything. But every day when I do burial benefits, it's mainly my Vietnam vets that are passing away. Mike usually keeps a good track of World War II, but I don't think we have many that live here in Lycoming County anymore. Maybe 2 or 3
Okay.
that we know of.
My father was a Korean War veteran, but he stayed in stateside, so he wasn't over there. But still, I think about that age range. I understand where we are right there for sure. There's a Vietnam veteran open house coming up soon that we're looking forward to having them visit and find out some more information.
Yeah, so at 10 a.m., the commissioners meeting, they're going to read off a proclamation and just thank our Vietnam veterans for their service. Thursday, March 27th, 10 a.m. And then after that, we're going to invite veterans to our office because we are at a new location, only been there for a little over a year. Invite veterans there to have some chili, coffee. Jeff's going to make a coffee cake. But we invite all Vietnam veterans and their families to come celebrate them and thank them for their service.
What does it mean to you to have the support of commissioners in Lycoming County?
It's fantastic. You know, everything that we do, they support us. We never have any issues. They're always there to back us up.
And so much great stuff over on Wahoo Drive with the Veterans Memorial Park that seems to have their support unconditionally.
Yes. Yeah, Mike's a big part of that, but I've heard nothing but good things about that.
They bring in all these pieces of equipment that people can really reminisce around.
Right.
All right, well, we're looking forward to the Hometown Hero banners. The pictures come in from the families. Do you have a discussion with families about what makes them a hometown hero, or do they write stuff up about them?
I had a veteran in my office, and his wife was with him, and she started talking about her great-grandfather being a Civil War veteran, and she had all the information. So she ends up getting me this information along with the picture, because the picture is very important. You have to have a picture for a banner.
Sure.
And so I have a picture of this person, and then after I did a little bit of digging, I found out he was a county commissioner, Lycoming County commissioner in 1865. So I have pictures, a story, and hopefully he's going to be nominated, and you'll see his banner on Via Bella this year when we hang him in October.
Oh, that's such a neat story, and what a neat local connection. Who makes those selections?
For the banners?
Yeah.
Well, the Hometown Heroes, we'll have an office, one we'll have an organization, one we'll nominate one, but the rest of them are just veterans that come in, or families, or sponsors. There's posts, there's VFWs that will sponsor a veteran from their post.
Yeah.
Bring in the picture, and the picture has to be a service picture or a picture of an appropriate picture of the person.
That reminds us that they are a veteran.
Exactly. And a little story with it is always there. You don't have to have the story, but a lot of people will bring it in, and they'll say, this was my great-grandfather, or this was my grandfather, and our family sponsor him. We have a release form in order to use the picture. Then Natalie does the rest. She sends them off and gets them printed, and then we have to climb the ladders in October.
You have to get the city involved, I think, in that.
Oh,
probably
it's rewarding. Everybody beeps their horn when you go by.
Oh, I'm sure they love seeing that happen. Oh, I love it. About like fishing season and hunting season, veterans can get assistance with different licenses too. You guys will help them straight up with all the things they need for any kind of outdoor activity.
So if veterans are 60% or more, they can come to our office. We fill out a form. They take it right downstairs to the treasurer's office.
Okay.
And they then get a discount if they are 60 to 100%. But if they are 100% TNP, which means total and permanent, it's free. It's a great thing to take advantage of.
What's the biggest question that you get mostly when people call and come in? What's the I guess this
What am I
percentage-wise.
eligible for? A lot of it is healthcare, I would say. A lot of people are looking to have their prescriptions covered, and because of high costs on prescriptions, which healthcare is based off, if you are service connected, you're automatically eligible. Otherwise, it's based off income, which then you get some upset veterans because if they've done good for themselves and have money, then unfortunately they're not qualified. But there's always a little back door where we can say, okay, well, do you have hearing issues? Do you have tinnitus? So then we can try to get them a compensation so then they can also get the health care.
These are the questions they don't know to ask.
Correct.
So you guys have the list of things. This is what you qualify for.
So when they call in, that's the thing. We'd never turn anybody down because they may think that they don't qualify for it. But if we bring them in, sit down, and start talking, then they realize, oh, okay, I can get this.
Sure.
benefit.
Well, I just love that you guys are working so hard for the county veterans and, of course, making sure that they are recognized. And we want to be sure to be a part of the National Vietnam War Veterans Day, which is March 27th at West 3rd Street.
33 West 3rd Street. The commissioners' meeting will be on 3rd floor, and our office is located on the 2nd floor.
Okay, that's one thing we want to remember, and also to make sure that we nominate our heroes that we love and our families or anybody in the neighborhood. It's not necessarily a family member.
Correct. Anybody can sponsor a banner. And even if they're not looking to sponsor a banner, they can always make donations all year round to the Lycoming County Hometown Heroes to help local veterans that are in need also.
Is that the one fund that needs to be specified, or can they send is there another kind of fund that they can also contribute to?
It has to be made out to Lycoming County Hometown Heroes because we can't take donations through the office. So
I see.
It has to be through the nonprofit organization.
Okay. If they wanted to write a check for the organization, would it then be another way to write a
just
check?
LCHH.
Okay.
Yep.
Good to know. There's different ways to help you guys out. What else is happening that I've missed? Is there anything that we need to make sure that we cover, that we're letting people know, veterans in particular?
I think one of the most important things is when I'm first talking to a veteran, even at an outreach, I have health care. I don't really need health care. I have really good health care. You don't have to use VA health care but once a year. For example, you served in Camp Lejeune. You're going to be enrolled in health care because you served in Camp Lejeune during the years of contaminated water. And I believe the cutoff was December 87.
Okay.
So we would enroll you in health care. You would at least have to do a checkup once a year at the VA. It's just a basic checkup, and it does not affect your current health insurance at all.
Okay.
And it's real important to try to get as many veterans as we can, at least to try to enroll in health care. At least they have it. They have it in their back pocket. Something happens on the road, they can use it. But getting them connected is even the better way to get you enrolled in health care.
Do you see technology improving with the VA and being able to sort of see the whole picture?
I would have to say yes, and I'm sure Natalie would agree with me. And just per the new Secretary of Veterans Affairs, he said that any changes that are being made are not affecting pertinent care for veterans. Benefits aren't affected. Health care is not affected. So there's a lot of negativity out there bouncing back and forth, but it's coming right from the Secretary that this is not being affected at all. And I have not seen anything. If all, I've seen things get better.
Yeah, I have the gut feeling like things aren't really changing the way I'm hearing them changing.
No, not at all.
So that's good news, and I'm liking that with the veterans and the fact that you guys are county-based, that you're here to help everybody here in this area. Well, I'm just so thrilled that you were able to come in and talk about Hometown Heroes and the National Vietnam War Veterans Day, as well as Veterans Affairs here in Lycoming County. And I missed Mike today, so I'm hoping that maybe next time we can get him to come in too.
Yes, of course.
You guys have a lot of great knowledge and share so much. And thank you so much. And thanks to Keely for arranging everything in the office. She's the face you see if you come in there first, right?
Yes, she is.
Anyone else in the office? You guys it's kind of a little small team.
Just the four of us, yep.
Well, thanks for all that you do for Lycoming County and for our veterans. And thank you for your service, Jeff Hamilton, as well as Natalie Steppe, who is the Deputy Director for Veterans Affairs in Lycoming County. Thanks, guys.
Yes, thank you.
In Touch is locally produced in our studios at 1685 4 Mile Drive in Williamsport. To get in touch with us regarding questions, comments, or topic ideas, call weekdays between 8 and 5, 570-323-8200. You can also write to us at 1685 4 Mile Drive, Williamsport, PA 17701. Attention Freddi Hammer. Or email me at fhammer@backyardbroadcasting.com. For archive programs of our In Touch series, you can download and subscribe to our new Backyard Podcasting feature through a link on any Backyard Broadcasting website or obtained where podcasts are available. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Backyard Broadcasting. The programming discussed here on In Touch does not necessarily reflect the feelings or opinions of the management or staff. Thanks for listening to In Touch, a production of Backyard Broadcasting.